night training, Thursday night training, Saturday morning training.
Some know him as the kid born in Portsmouth, but Chelsea players call him Starboy. He's fast, his play is dynamic, and his skill is incredibly versatile. Heck,
he's seen Mason Mount. Mason Mount! Oh!
He's even one of the league's most feared playmakers. But from a scrawny boy from the English provinces to a top player like no other, this is the untold story of Mason Mount. Mount rose to stardom uniquely, and ever since he became a household name, he just hasn't looked back. The English international began his senior club career with Chelsea and embarked on successful loan spells to Vitesse and Derby County from 2017 to 2019. Upon Lampard's appointment as Chelsea manager in 2019, Mount secured a spot in the first team and marked his debut in the Premier League opener against Manchester United. Mount's remarkable contribution to the team made him an integral asset for the Blues in the following years. This led to his wins in the UEFA Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021. Over the next 2 seasons, Mason became an almost ever-present name in the starting 11. He did so well that he was named Chelsea's Player of the Year in the 2020-2021 and 21-22 seasons. After playing on loan for Vitesse Arnhem, he signed a 5-year contract with Chelsea in 2019. The 5-year contract included a wage rise of £80,000 per week. At the time, he was only 20 years old, and while it looked a little too much for a player of his age and skills, Mount's performance was exceptional. Despite facing some problems in the 22-23 season, the player has shown that he is a skilled and versatile midfielder. His outstanding displays have led to a significant increase in his market value. But all of these had to begin somewhere. It all started on January 10th, 1999, when Mason was born to his parents, Debbie and Tony Mount, in Portsmouth, Hampshire. Mount grew up in a middle-class household, and if you're wondering how he became so good at football, it will interest you to know that he came from a family of athletes. Tony Mount Sr. was a former non-league footballer and would later coach local clubs including Havant Town and Newport. While other kids at that tender age were more interested in toys, Mason was different. He would go around the house kicking balls and most times used his sister as a target, which angered his parents, but they knew that Mason was obsessed with the sport. Mason's dad didn't have a great football career, but he wanted his son to succeed. So he signed up young Mason for Boar Hunt FC, one of the best football academies in town. Mason played matches on Sundays as part of the academy. He also played for United Services Portsmouth and was the team's favourite player. But one day, something spectacular happened. Chelsea scouts saw how talented he was and were amazed by his skills. They were so impressed that they invited him to join their academy when he was just 6. This marked the start of his journey to becoming a professional football player. He used to train 1 day a week at Portsmouth Academy, but things were about to change. Training became tough as Mount showed up for training on Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday morning. And it's interesting to think that a kid his age developed an early passion for football and was determined to go at any length to fulfill his dreams. His 3 days a week training became regular from the age of 8 up till he was 13, and Mason didn't have a social life. Instead of having sleepovers and parties like his friends, he had a routine lifestyle. He would go home after school, prepare for training, return home, and repeat the cycle. Not even his parents could change that.
At times, we used to encourage him, look, have a night off training, do something different, go to the party, have a sleepover. And he said, no, I want to go training.
Mason soon had offers from all corners, but wanted to go full-time with Chelsea. This gave Tony a hard time as he tried dissuading his son from taking the offer. The club's transfer policy prioritised buying established stars rather than promoting young talent. World-class players like Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne didn't get chances to play for Chelsea and left the team. They went on to become famous and successful. Because of this, Mason's father was concerned and called a family meeting at their home in Portsmouth. He asked his relatives to talk to Mason about it. Still, his resolve to become a Chelsea star was firm, and he refused to budge under pressure. In an interview with The Sun, Tony confirmed that he told his son to seek better prospects. I said to him, no one at Chelsea's academy has made it to the first team since John Terry, so what chances do you have? He replied, I'll be the next one. I'm not leaving Chelsea. I've been here since I was 6, and I'm going all the way. Well, that was it, and there was no going back. When Mason was 15, he decided to pursue football as a career and signed his first pro contract. As part of this, he moved to London and started living with house parents.
Been at the academy since I was 6, just signed my pro contract big achievement for me and my family.
This was young Mason leaving Portsmouth, which he has known all his life, to London, home of the Blues. It wasn't too big of a change for him, but not for his parents, especially his mum, who cried back home after dropping him off.
Dropped him off at his house parents when he was 15. We drove home and I just cried my eyes out.
But Mason was only focused on football and reasoned it as the best move for him.
Every boy's dream when they're young, just playing every day. That's what I love, playing football, so doing it every day is a dream come true.
Everything seemed all good, going full-time at Chelsea due to the perks and benefits that came with it. The academy had an education system with private tutoring, and everything was organised. Being on the team made his life easier, and he didn't have to struggle with balancing other things. During that time, Mason played for the club's under-21 team and scored 10 goals in 30 games. He would go on to win 2 FA Youth Cups, the UEFA Youth League, and was named Chelsea Academy Player of the Year in 2017. By this time, the scrawny kid from Portsmouth became highly sought after. He went on a season-long loan to Dutch Eredivisie club Vitesse on July 24, 2017. Here he made 39 appearances, scoring 14 times before returning to Chelsea. In 2018, he went on another season-long loan at Derby County, where he recorded 11 goals and 6 assists in 44 games. Following his loan spell, Mason signed a 5-year deal with Chelsea. He performed exceptionally in the U19 European Championship, catching Gareth Southgate's attention. Consequently, he was chosen to represent the senior England team.
It's just a pinnacle, really, even at such a young age, and we have to pinch ourselves.
While his parents were still in shock, his granddad, his biggest fan, recounted it as one of his happiest moments.
Every day he wants to work for improvement. I think it's the most important attribute.
Mason scored his first goal for the Free Lions in a 4-0 away win against Kosovo in the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying. He was subsequently named in the 26-man England squad for Euro 2020. Like many successful athletes with role models, Mason's biggest inspiration is Frank Lampard.
Always looked up to him and the way he plays as me being a midfielder. And he wanted to score a lot of goals and make a lot of assists, I think.
Lamps deserves credit for being instrumental in Mount's journey in Chelsea. Mason is also a fan of Ronaldo's free kick and playing style, which he tried to recreate. It felt like the world was waiting for him to explode, but not without some trash talking.
And then after that I was like, okay, now I've got to learn to take free kicks.
The Blues had a phenomenal 2020-21 campaign, and Mason played a pivotal role. He contributed to the team's top 4 finish in the Premier League and win in the UEFA Champions League. But Mount continued to shine for Chelsea during the 2021-22 campaign. Across 32 English top-flight outings, Mount recorded 11 goals and 10 assists. He joined a prestigious group of players in Chelsea's Premier League history. Only Lampard, Didier Drogba, Juan Mata and Eden Hazard has accomplished this before. But the shocking part is that this guy became the youngest to do so, at just 23. Mount consistently emphasises that his family remains his primary source of motivation.
I think my family, and they have a massive impact. My granddad always come to training when I was younger.
Manchester United have now signed Mason Mount for £55 million, plus £5 million in add-ons from Chelsea. He reportedly now earns £200,000 to £250,000 per week on a 5-year deal. This is a hefty increase from the £80,000 at Chelsea. Obviously, this is a great deal for Mason, but is it smart business by Manchester United? Or are they overpaying yet again for another player? Let us know what you think in the comments. Mason is well known for his passing accuracy and excellent dribbling ability that allows him to maneuver through tight spaces and confidently take on opponents. Mason firmly believes that success comes only through hard work, and there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever.
A lot of players have talent. What makes you different is putting that talent with hard work. You're still a big player within the team because you can work hard, you can win the ball back.
That Mason's versatility, work rate and technical ability will make him such a valuable asset to Manchester United. But what do you make of Mount's journey to stardom? And do you think he will succeed at Old Trafford? Let us know in the comments below.